The March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom on August 28, 1963. There was around 2,500,000 people. That made it one of the largest demonstrations ever seen in our nation's capital, one of the first to ever have extensive TV coverage. The Big Six organizers were James Farmer, Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, Philip Randolph, Roy Wilkins, and Whitney Young Jr. The starting demands were the passage of the meaningful civil rights legislation, the elimination of segregation in public schools, protection for demonstrators against police brutality, a major public work program to provide jobs, passage of law prohibiting racial discrimination in public and private hiring, $2 minimum wage an hour, and last of which self-government for the District of Columbia, which had a black majority. Kennedy at first opposed the march out of fear for the legislature would vote against civil rights laws, but once it became clear the march would go on, he supported it. Various labor unions supported the march. The AFL-CIO was neutral. The Ku Klux Klan was against it, and some civil rights activists were opposed to it as saying it presented an inaccurate, sanitized pageant of racial harmony. Malcolm X called it the farce on Washington. Members of the Nation of Islam who attended to march faced a temporary suspension. The two most noteworthy speeches came from John Lewis and Martin Luther King Jr. Lewis represented the Student Nonviolent Coordinated Committee, a young, more radical group than King's, saying the Civil Rights Bill was too late and asked which side the government was on. King's remained one of the most famous speeches in history, saying he was there to cash a check for liberty, life, and justice, and pursuit of happiness. While telling his followers not to be violent, so his I Have a Dream theme is present in most of his speeches, using religious reliance as well as part of national anthem.